Okay, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about rounding. Now rounding is very simple. You basically round a number when you want to make it easier to work with. Alright, you are going to change the number so something that's easier to work with. Alright, now when we round, we have to do two things. There's two rules that we have to remember. The first one is whatever place value I want to round to, I have to look to its right. Okay, so for example, if I want to round to the thousands column, I have to look at the hundreds column, the one to the right here. All right, if I want to round to the hundreds column, I have to look at the tens column, the one to the right. And if I want to round to the tens column, I have to look to the ones column. There we go, to the ones column. All right, so that's the first thing. The first thing we have to know is what we're rounding to and what the number beside it to the right is. Okay, then we move on to rule number 2. Now rule number 2 is if that number to the right is 5 or greater, that means if the number to the right is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, then the place value of the number you want to work with is going to go up by 1. Okay, so for example here, let's say I'm going to round to the thousands column, okay, to the thousands place value. I look to its right at the hundreds column. If this number is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, my number in the thousands column is going to go up by 1, as seen here. Okay, so all of a sudden, if I round this number to the thousands column, I look and check, yes, this number is greater, 5 or greater. I have to change this one up to the next place value, which is 8. Okay? After I do that, I write the amount of zeros place values there are. So here there's 3 place values after the thousands column, so I write 3 zeros. Okay? Now you're probably wondering, well, yeah, okay, but what happens if the number is less than 5? Well, let's explain that right now. So if the number to the right is 4 or less, that means 4, 3, 2, 1, or even 0, then the place value you want will stay the same. So in this example here, let's try and round to the hundreds column. Okay, I'm going to round to this place value here. So I remember from rule 1, this is the place I want to round to. I have to look to the right in the tens column. If this number is 5 or greater, then this number is going to change. The 8 in the hundreds column is going to change. However, it's less. It's 4, 3, 2, 1, or even 0. Then the number in the place value you want is going to stay the same. And it's written like this. Okay? So, once again, this is the place value you want to change. After that, all the numbers turn into 0. Now you're probably looking at this and saying, well, how come the 7 in the thousands column staying the same? Good observation, and very good question. That means it's going to stay the same. Any place value on the left side of what you are working with, okay, since I was working on the hundreds column here, anything to its left, the 7 in the thousands column or any other number in front of it is going to remain the same. The only numbers that change could be the place value if the number beside it is 5 or greater and the numbers to its right. All right? Thank you very much.